Yo, otakus, Senpai here, and I want to talk to you about the sensational anime named Angel Beats, Senpai's Reviews. It's an exploration about purgatory, the afterlife, and the human experience. It's a beautiful portrayal about regrets and how even in the afterlife they can weigh us down. What would you do if a burglar came into your home and told you that every 30 minutes that passed, he was going to kill one of your younger siblings if you didn't bring him something valuable? You're just a child, you're struggling, you're looking and looking and looking for something, and the time is going past and you hear one bullet after the other. And when you finally think that you grab something valuable, you fall, you break it, and that's the end. And that's when the police come, after all your siblings are dead. What would you do if you just wanted to sing, like you had a talent for music, but it can never be realized because of your home life? Not because you weren't good at it, not because you didn't have people to teach you, but strictly because your family was terrible and your father beat you and beat you and beat you. And then that was the last beating you ever received. You never achieved your dream because you died right after. What would you do if you just wanted to save your little sister? You worked yourself to death. You just wanted to stop her from dying because she had a sickness that was taking her life and taking her away from you, and there was nothing that you could do. And the moment you finally found something that you could do, it was too late. She was gone, out of your grasp. How would that make you feel? This is the human experience in all actuality. We constantly think about where we're going to go after we pass on. That's why we have so many different religions and cultures and spiritualities, because we want to hope and pray that after everything we've done on this earth, whether it was great or miserable, we could have some form of security and comfort. As a child, you don't always understand that concept of good and evil is right or wrong, black and white. That's all it is to you. And after a while, you start to regret the things that's going on, and sometimes you develop a hatred towards an afterlife, towards a god, a kami, whatever you want to call them. And that's what happened to these kids in the show. They form regret. They form a hatred towards God, feeling as though that they can't pass on, because if they do, they'll pass on to something that's even less than what they already believed themselves to be while they were alive. Because why would any God wish the life on them that they had and then curse them to sit in purgatory forever, like nothing ever happened, like they didn't exist in the first place? I watched the show as a child and I didn't really resonate with it as much as I do now as an adult, even though it became one of my favorite animes ever, in all honesty. In real life, we often face challenges and setbacks that often leave us with regret. However, this anime is a reminder that these challenges, these setbacks are a part of who we are. It's a part of the human experience. It's a part of the experience of life. We have the power to learn from them, to learn from our regrets, to let them go and live better, fulfilling lives, and enjoy the time that we have left on this planet. I want you all to watch this anime and think back to a time frame when you thought you were at your lowest and you regretted it for so long. How many years did that take away from you? How long did you sit in that miserableness until you were able to come out of it? Sometimes just doing the best thing that you can do for you and everyone around is all that you can do. And you may not know if it had a positive outcome in the end, because you may not be there, but you really have to think about it and hope and pray that that is what it is. It's an old anime, but it's a good anime. Me, 10 out of 10. Like I said, as an adult, I can resonate with it. I feel it so much more than I did as a child. But knowing it lasted with me this long means that I had something as a child that I needed to process, and it took me to an adult to be able to process that. So thank you, Angel Beats. Thank you for having such a beautiful musical score. Thank you for having characters that I was able to touch my soul with. And with that, Senpai out. Peace.